I'm about to share a secret that's going to revolutionize your life. It's a power you've had all along, dormant within you, waiting to be unleashed. This power can transform your relationships, skyrocket your career, and bring you a level of inner peace you've only dreamed of. What is this extraordinary force? It's the power of no reaction. You heard me right. The power of no reaction. It sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? In a world that's constantly pushing you to do more, be more, react more, I'm telling you that your greatest strength lies in doing nothing. But make no mistake, this nothing is the most powerful action you can take. Every day, life throws curveballs at you. The boss who criticizes your work, the partner who says something hurtful, the social media post that makes your blood boil. And what do? You react, you snap back, you get angry, you let your emotions run wild. And in that moment, you hand over your power. You become a puppet, dancing to someone else's tune. But what if you could change that? What if, in those crucial moments, you could pause? What if you could observe the anger rising within you, acknowledge it, and then choose not to act on it? Imagine the look on your boss's face when your calm response deflates their criticism. Picture the transformation in your relationship when you respond to hurt with understanding instead of more hurt. Envision the freedom you'll feel when social media no longer has the power to ruin your day. This isn't about becoming a doormat. It's not about suppressing your emotions or letting people walk all over you. No, this is about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing your responses instead of letting your impulses choose for you. It's about becoming the master of your own mind. The ancient Stoics knew this secret. They understood that true strength isn't about controlling the world around you. It's about controlling your reactions to it. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, faced wars, plagues, and betrayals. Yet he remained unshaken, ruling with wisdom and compassion. How? Through the power of no reaction. But this isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a superpower for the modern age. In a world of instant messages, 24/7 news cycles, and constant notifications, the ability to pause before reacting is more valuable than ever. It's the key to maintaining your sanity in an insane world. Imagine walking into a high-stakes meeting, cool as ice, while everyone else is sweating bullets. Picture yourself scrolling through your social media feed, genuinely amused by the drama instead of getting sucked into it. Envision navigating a family conflict with the wisdom of a sage, bringing peace where there was chaos. This power is within your grasp. It's not reserved for emperors or philosophers. It's available to you, right here, right now. But I won't lie to you, it's not easy. It goes against everything your instincts are screaming at you to do. It requires practice, dedication, and courage. But I promise you, it's worth it. Because once you master this skill, you'll be unstoppable. You'll have a superpower that no one can take away from you. You'll be the calm in the storm, the steady hand on the wheel, the voice of reason in a sea of reactivity. And here's the best part. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. In this video, you're going to learn practical, actionable techniques to cultivate this life-changing skill. You'll discover how to create that crucial pause between stimulus and response. You'll learn how to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. You'll master the art of choosing your reactions. But knowledge alone isn't enough. This is about transformation, and transformation requires action. So I'm issuing you a challenge right now. Are you ready to take control of your reactions and change your life? If so, I want you to leave a comment below with these words: I choose response over reaction. This simple act will be your first step on an incredible journey. The power to change your life is in your hands. The question is, are you brave enough to grasp it? Are you ready to unleash the extraordinary power that's been lying dormant within you? The power of no reaction is calling. Will you answer? Let's dive in and unlock your true potential. It's time to master the art of no reaction and become the hero of your own life story. The reactive mind, our default mode. In the chaotic symphony of life, our minds are constantly bombarded with stimuli. From the blaring horn of a car to a passive-aggressive comment from a coworker, our world is teeming with triggers. And how do we typically respond? We react. It's our default mode, hardwired into our brains through millennia of evolution. This knee-jerk response once served us well, helping our ancestors survive in a world fraught with physical dangers. But in our modern landscape, this reactive mind often does more harm than good. It's like an overzealous guard dog, barking at every passerby, friend or foe. Our reactions shape our reality, coloring our perceptions and dictating our experiences. When we react without thought, we hand over the reins of our lives to external circumstances. We become puppets, dancing to the tune of every provocation that comes our way. The cost of this reactive lifestyle is steep. It erodes our relationships as we lash out at loved ones in moments of frustration. It hampers our professional growth as we make impulsive decisions based on fleeting emotions. Most importantly, it robs us of our inner peace, keeping us in a constant state of emotional turbulence. Our reactive mind turns us into emotional pinballs, bouncing from one intense feeling to another, never finding true stability or contentment. But here's the good news. This reactive mode isn't set in stone. It's a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. The first step in this transformation is awareness. By recognizing our reactive patterns, we shine a light on this unconscious process. We create a tiny space between stimulus and response, a space that holds immense power. This awareness is the key that unlocks the door to a new way of being, a way that promises greater control, deeper peace, and authentic freedom. Stoicism's secret weapon, the pause. Enter the realm of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that holds a timeless secret, the power of the pause. This isn't just a momentary hesitation, it's a profound shift in how we engage with the world. The Stoics understood that true strength lies not in our ability to control external events, but in our power to control our responses to them. This is the essence of the pause, a moment of conscious non-reaction that changes everything. Consider the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire fraught with challenges. In his personal writings, later published as Meditations, he repeatedly emphasizes the importance of pausing before reacting. "You have power over your mind, not outside events," he wrote. "Realize this, and you will find strength." This pause allowed him to lead with wisdom and composure, even in the face of betrayal, war, and plague. Or take Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers. Despite facing extreme adversity, he taught that our distress comes not from events themselves, but from our judgments about them. By pausing to examine these judgments, we can choose our response rather than being swept away by reactive emotions. This practice turned a slave into a sage, demonstrating the transformative power of non-reaction. But the pause isn't just about restraint, it's about creating space. In that tiny gap between stimulus and response lies a universe of possibility. It's where we reclaim our power, where we shift from being passive recipients of life to active creators of our experience. This space allows us to align our actions with our values rather than being driven by momentary impulses. It's where wisdom is born, where thoughtful decisions replace rash reactions. The beauty of the pause is its simplicity and accessibility. It doesn't require special equipment or years of training. It's available to you right now, in this very moment. All it takes is the willingness to catch yourself before you react, to take a breath, to create that tiny space of awareness. In doing so, you tap into a power that has guided great leaders, thinkers, and sages throughout history. You unlock the ability to respond to life with intention, grace, and wisdom. Mastering the art of no reaction. Mastering the art of no reaction is like learning to play a musical instrument. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. But the symphony it creates in your life is well worth the effort. Let's explore some practical techniques to help you cultivate this life-changing skill. First and foremost, develop a practice of mindfulness. This doesn't mean you need to meditate for hours each day. Start small. Take a few minutes each morning to simply observe your breath. As you do this, you're training your mind to be present, to observe without immediately reacting. This foundational awareness will serve you well when faced with triggering situations. Next, practice the stop technique. When you feel a reactive emotion rising, mentally say, "Stop." Then, take a breath. Observe what's happening in your body and mind, and proceed mindfully. This simple acronym can be a powerful tool in the heat of the moment, creating that crucial pause between stimulus and response. Another effective exercise is the reaction audit. At the end of each day, reflect on situations where you reacted impulsively. Don't judge yourself, simply observe. What triggered you? How did you react? What might have been a more measured response? This practice builds self-awareness and helps you identify patterns in your reactive behavior. Visualization can also be a powerful ally. Imagine yourself in typically triggering situations, but see yourself responding with calm and poise. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to respond more skillfully when similar situations arise in real life. Of course, mastering non-reaction isn't without its challenges. You'll face resistance from your habitual patterns. You might feel the urge to defend yourself by reacting. Remember, choosing not to react isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about choosing how to express them. You might also encounter resistance from others who are accustomed to your reactive patterns. Stay committed to your practice. Your consistency will not only transform you, but will also influence those around you. As you embark on this journey, be patient with yourself. Like any skill, mastering non-reaction takes time. Celebrate small victories. Each moment you pause before reacting is a step towards a more empowered, peaceful you. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection, but for progress. Every pause, no matter how brief, is a victory. The ripple effect. How non-reaction transforms your world. Imagine throwing a pebble into a still pond. The ripples start small, but they expand, touching every part of the water's surface. This is precisely how the practice of non-reaction transforms your world. It starts with you, but its effects reach far beyond, touching every aspect of your life and the lives of those around you. In your personal relationships, the impact is profound. When you choose not to react to a loved one's momentary frustration or unkind word, you create space for understanding. You break the cycle of reactivity that often escalates conflicts. Your partner, friends, and family begin to see you as a source of stability and wisdom. They feel safer expressing themselves, knowing you won't fly off the handle. This fosters deeper connections and more authentic communication. In your professional life, non-reaction becomes your secret weapon. Imagine staying calm during a heated meeting or responding with poise to a client's unreasonable demand. Your ability to maintain composure under pressure sets you apart. Colleagues begin to rely on your steady presence. Leaders notice your unflappable nature. You become the go-to person for challenging situations, opening doors to new opportunities and advancements. But perhaps the most significant transformation occurs within you. As you practice non-reaction, you'll notice a profound shift in your inner landscape. The constant chatter of reactive thoughts begins to quiet. You'll find yourself less buffeted by the winds of circumstance. A deep sense of peace emerges, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed how you engage with it. This inner calm spills over into every area of your life. You make decisions from a place of clarity rather than emotional turbulence. Your actions align more closely with your values. You become more present in each moment, fully experiencing life rather than merely reacting to it. This is the true power of non-reaction. It doesn't just change your responses, it transforms your entire experience of life. Beyond Stoicism, no reaction across philosophies. While we've explored non-reaction through the lens of Stoicism, this powerful concept echoes across various philosophical and spiritual traditions. In Buddhism, for instance, the practice of mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without immediately reacting to them. This creates a space of awareness similar to the Stoic pause. The Buddhist concept of equanimity closely aligns with the Stoic ideal of remaining undisturbed by external events. Both philosophies recognize that our suffering often comes not from events themselves, but from our reactions to them. By cultivating non-reaction, we can maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Modern psychology, too, has recognized the value of non-reaction. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, one of the most effective therapeutic approaches, teaches individuals to examine their automatic thoughts and reactions. By creating a gap between stimulus and response, CBT helps people choose more balanced and healthy ways of engaging with their experiences. Scientific studies have also begun to validate the benefits of non-reactive practices. Research on mindfulness meditation, for example, has shown that it can reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and even change the structure of the brain. A study published in the journal Emotion found that people who responded to stress with mindful non-reaction showed lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol. These diverse perspectives all point to a universal truth. The power of non-reaction transcends cultural and philosophical boundaries. It's a fundamental human capacity, one that we can all cultivate to lead more balanced, peaceful, and effective lives. By drawing on this shared wisdom, we can enrich our practice and deepen our understanding of this transformative skill. The strength in stillness. Redefining power. In a world that often equates power with forceful action, the concept of non-reaction challenges us to redefine strength. True power, as we're discovering, lies not in impulsive reactions, but in conscious responses. It's the ability to remain still in the face of provocation, to maintain inner peace amidst outer chaos. Think of a mountain standing firm against howling winds. Its strength isn't in fighting back, but in remaining unshaken. This is the quiet confidence that non-reaction cultivates. It's a form of power that doesn't diminish others, but uplifts everyone around you. When you refuse to be baited into anger or drawn into unnecessary conflict, you demonstrate a level of self-mastery that commands respect. This redefinition of power has profound implications for leadership. The most effective leaders aren't those who react to every crisis with knee-jerk decisions. Instead, they're the ones who can pause, assess the situation calmly, and respond with wisdom. Their non-reactivity creates a sense of stability that inspires confidence in others. In times of uncertainty, people naturally gravitate towards those who remain steady. Moreover, your practice of non-reaction can have a ripple effect, influencing those around you. When you respond to anger with calm, to criticism with understanding, you model a different way of being. You show others that there's strength in restraint, power in pause. This can transform the dynamics of your relationships, both personal and professional. Remember, choosing non-reaction isn't about being passive or allowing others to walk over you. It's about responding from a place of inner strength rather than reacting from a place of insecurity or fear. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, choosing your battles wisely and engaging with life on your own terms. This is true empowerment, the ability to shape your experience of life regardless of external circumstances. No reaction in the digital age, a superpower for our times. In our hyper-connected digital world, the art of non-reaction has become more crucial than ever. Social media, instant messaging, and 24/7 news cycles bombard us with triggers, tempting us into knee-jerk reactions. But herein lies an opportunity to transform these digital minefields into training grounds for mindfulness and self-control. When you encounter a provocative post or a trolling comment, pause. Notice the urge to immediately fire back. Instead of typing out that angry response, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is reacting going to improve the situation? Is it aligned with your values? Often you'll find that not reacting is the most powerful response. Your non-reaction deprives negativity of the fuel it needs to grow. For those times when a response is necessary, practice delayed reaction. Give yourself a cooling-off period before replying to heated emails or contentious social media threads. This pause allows you to respond from a place of clarity rather than emotion. You might even find that after some time, a response is no longer needed. Building a resilient online presence doesn't mean cultivating a thick skin. Instead, it's about developing a strong core, a centered sense of self that isn't easily swayed by digital winds. When you're grounded in your own values and self-worth, online criticism and negativity lose their sting. You can engage with the digital world on your own terms, rather than being at the mercy of every notification. Remember, every time you choose not to react impulsively online, you're not just practicing self-control. You're contributing to a more thoughtful, less reactive digital culture. In a world of rapid-fire reactions, your pause can be a powerful force for change. It can inspire others to think before they type, to prioritize understanding over arguing. In this way, your individual practice of non-reaction in the digital sphere can contribute to a larger shift towards more mindful online interactions. From theory to practice, your no-reaction toolkit. Now that we've explored the power of non-reaction, it's time to arm you with practical tools to implement this life-changing practice. Your journey begins with daily habits. Start each morning with a few minutes of mindfulness meditation. Simply sit quietly and observe your breath. When thoughts arise, notice them without judgment and gently return your focus to your breath. This simple practice strengthens your ability to observe without immediately reacting. Throughout your day, set mindfulness bells. Use regular activities like stopping at a red light or receiving a notification as reminders to pause and check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Are you holding any tension? Take a deep breath and reset. This habit of regular check-ins builds your awareness muscle, making it easier to catch yourself before reacting in challenging situations. Visualization is another powerful tool in your non-reaction toolkit. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself responding calmly to typically triggering situations. See yourself pausing, breathing, and choosing a thoughtful response. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to remain calm when similar situations arise in real life. Journaling can be a game changer in your practice. Each evening, reflect on your reactions throughout the day. What triggered you? How did you respond? How might you have responded differently? This self-reflection accelerates your growth, helping you identify patterns and areas for improvement. Consider using prompts like, "Today I'm proud of how I responded to," or "Next time I face a similar situation, I'll..." Remember, mastering non-reaction is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Each time you pause before reacting, you're rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways. With consistent practice, responding thoughtfully will become your new default mode. Right now you stand at the threshold of a new way of being. The old you, the reactive you, is behind that door, and in front of you lies a path of power, peace, and profound change. But make no mistake, this path isn't for the faint of heart. It demands courage, commitment, and consistent practice. Every time you pause before reacting, you're rewiring your brain. Every moment you choose response over reaction, you're reclaiming your power. And with each conscious decision, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world around you. Imagine a ripple effect starting from you, spreading out to touch every life you encounter. Your calm in the face of chaos, your steadiness in the storm. These become beacons of hope and inspiration for others. You become the eye of the hurricane, the still point in a turning world. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 24 hours, commit to absolute non-reaction. No matter what life throws at you, pause, breathe. Choose your response consciously. It won't be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. And to cement this commitment, I want you to leave a comment below with these words: "I am the master of my reactions." This isn't just a comment. It's a declaration to yourself and to the world. It's the first step on your journey to a more powerful, peaceful you. The choice is yours. Will you fall back into old patterns, or will you step into your power? Your journey to mastery begins now. Are you ready?